Hey, I'm 𝗙𝗪𝗁, and you're watching Keto and Crime.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Keto and Crime. I hope you enjoyed my new intro. That is horror actress 𝗙𝗪𝗁. She is a star of such movies as Sleepaway Camp, and she is one of my all-time favorites. She's such a sweetie, and she was very graciously agreed to do that little intro for me. So I thought that was great. And I do apologize for the busyness that you're seeing right now on screen. But the Duggar story just keeps on giving. After a friend told me to investigate even further, there was a lot more about the Josh Duggar situation that probably lent itself to what was going on. I decided to do even more of a deep dive. First, I want to correct a few things that I got wrong. In my previous video, Josh was accused initially in 2002 at the age of 15 or 16 of inappropriately touching 5 young girls. And that was Jessa, Jill, Joanna, Ginger, and an unknown babysitter. Now, all the girls were under 13 years of age, with Joanna being 5. Now, according to reports, he touched them while they were sleeping in a very inappropriate manner, and none of the girls were awake or affected by it, according to Jim Bob and Michelle. But you can, you can take that with a grain of salt. But upon finding out what his son had done, Jim Bob took it to their church. Remember, they're Independent Baptists, part of the 𝗟𝗶𝗀𝗵 movement, which, like a lot of very strict fundamentalist types of religions, they believe in keeping everything swept under the rug, dealing with it in the church. And so he took him to the church and originally sent him away to what they called a Christian reform camp. But upon further investigation, that's not exactly what it was. It was more of a family friend that was remodeling houses and needed some help. So that was their Christian therapy. And then upon his return, Jim Bob, I think, 𝗙𝗿𝗍𝗍, he actually took Josh time to meet with his good friend, State Trooper Joe T. Hutchins, who's this wonderful specimen right here to your left, my right, who was at the time a state trooper. According to everybody that was there, Josh was crying, and he and the trooper sat down with Jim Bob and the others, and basically Jim Bob told the trooper that Josh had only touched one girl, but he wanted to give him a very stern talking to. So Hutchins did just that, gave him a very stern talking to, and we know what happened, that it was just swept under the rug until In Touch and Daily Mail got a hold of it in 2015 and broke the story, causing the very popular Josh Duggar to have to step down from his position at the Christian Family Research Council, as well as kind of shining a light on the sexual immoralities and the dangers of having this many children unfettered in a environment. Now, according to the show and according to other things, basically Josh had open access to all of his younger siblings. I mean, he could just go in and out of their rooms on a whim. They never really questioned it. So that was their first mistake. But there's a reason I have this young stud muffin over here's picture up, and I use that term very loosely, both young and stud muffin, because in 2007, he was accused of also abusing children. Big surprise there. So I wonder what that stern talking to young Duggar really consisted of. Was it a stern talking to, or was it tips on how to continue it? Because good Lord. So after talking very sternly to Josh sometime between 2003 and 2006, during that time he was on the popular Yahoo chat rooms under the moniker Daddy's Love 2002. Don't even get me started on that name. And Basically, he was basically flirting with children under the age of 12. He was convicted and pled guilty to 8 charges of online solicitation of a minor, and was actually sentenced to 5 years in prison and was released in 2010. However, in 2012, he was rearrested for possessing child pornography and is currently serving a 56-year sentence. He was eligible for parole last year. I hope he doesn't get out. So these are the kinds of people that the Duggars associate with. This is a good old boy that associated with good old Jim Bob, and this is why these things were just allowed to happen. It makes me wonder, if we peeled back all the layers, what would happen. Of course, you know, on April 29th of this year, the U.S. Marshals arrested Josh Duggar on 2 counts of possession of child pornography at the Whiteboro used car center that the family owned. There's financial speculation around that, which I'll get into in another video. But basically, they were investigating them for a lot of different things, and this just kind of popped up. Josh was taken into custody, obviously either intoxicated or on drugs, in my opinion. I'll drop the clip here.
Harsh reality for reality TV star Josh Duggar, indicted for downloading and possessing child pornography. And only on News Nation, this exclusive footage of Duggar in jail, secured by our News Nation station in Arkansas. You can see Duggar there in the white jumpsuit. U.S. Marshals took Duggar into custody in Northwest Arkansas yesterday. He went to court today on charges dating back to 2019. Prosecutors say Duggar had images of children under the age of 12 being abused. He faces up to 20 years in prison and a fine of $250,000 if convicted. He pleaded not guilty, and his attorneys say they'll aggressively defend him.
But, yeah, he was taken into custody and is currently awaiting a federal bond trial, which is scheduled for Friday, in which they are planning on possibly giving him bond, but the federal judge in charge of the case has already said that even if he receives bond, he will not be allowed into any home that contains minor children. So any quiverful household, not going to happen. Gotta hope maybe one of his brothers is unmarried, has no children, and will let him crash on his couch or something, but he's in trouble. He cannot go home to his wife, Anna, who they have 6 children expecting their 7th, and he can certainly not stay with his parents because there's minor children in the house. So he's banned from all children, thank goodness. This man is obviously a predator and has a problem, just like this 𝗂𝗲𝗁𝗂 did when they obviously reoffend. Both of these people have reoffended. So, yeah, a lot of cover-up in this one. A lot of bad things. Also, in the last video, I had said that he was facing 20 years in prison and up to $250,000 in fines. That's actually per count, and he was charged with 2 counts of possession of child pornography. So he's really facing 40 years and $500,000 in fines. And I hope they throw the book at him. But anyway, this is just a little bit of a correction and some more information on my previous video. I hope you enjoyed it. And with that being said, I'll be back real soon with another all-new video for you. Until next time, keto and crime.